Good morning, everyone. So it is June 2nd, 2025. And you're going to hear my heat because, yes, it's June and we're still having to run our heat in the morning. It's really cold. So don't follow any links or emails in the comment section of either of my channels. Those would be scammers. The healing intentions are set for you folks, as per the usual. So if you so choose, go ahead and decree that for your highest and greatest good, only and always. And let's get started. Last week was a hell of a week, and so I wasn't able to make any videos, but someone wanted me to check into California because honestly the taxes there are crazy and they just don't see how they're ever going to get out from underneath them. So they just wanted a peek at what's going on there. This morning I was made aware that here in Maine the Democrats have voted to make us taxpayers pay for their babysitters during their campaign, and they've also voted to up our electricity costs. So, you know, they just keep screwing us left and right. It's absolutely ridiculous. We're already taxed like hell here. One of the lowest paid states in the United States and one of the highest taxed states. So, yeah, these communists, Marxists, socialists, Democrats need to go. They need to go. Alright, you guys. Let's take a look first before we start the reading for California. Let's take a look at the overall energy. It is, like I said, it's June 2nd. Monday, June 2nd. So let's just get the overall energy for the week. For this week. Please and thank you. I'm going to shuffle them one more time. And pull a card. Overall energy for the week. The Hanged Man, Enlightenment. Enlightenment. So a lot will come to pass apparently this week to enlighten us. Things that we'll find out, things that have been in limbo for a while, more than likely. So let's keep our eye out for that. The secondary message for that, for all of us, would be to actually sit still, be still and allow the enlightenment to come through. But the Hanged Man, so we should find out some interesting things with the Hanged Man. It's not just little things, it would be something of importance that we should be enlightened on this week. Let's see what happens, huh? Alright, you guys. Now let's take a look at California and their taxes. I think California, and you people from California can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you are the highest taxed state in the United States. So let's take a look at what's going to happen with California and the taxes, the ridiculous taxes that they are underneath there. So we want a 7-card spread for that one, you guys, because we want to see the pathway of the way California is being taxed and what might be ahead for them with either relief or higher taxes or however that's going to go. But we want that pathway. So let's take a look. I'm going to cut them. And we'll do that 7-card spread. There's that money. I'm going to have to move them up so you can see them. going to be able to see all of that. Might have to move the... I'm going to have to just move this back a little bit. And then dip it down a bit. And that should work. All right, let's take a look here. California, here you are with your taxes. So you've been being taxed ridiculously over a long period of time, obviously. This isn't a new thing for you guys. With that Knight of Pentacles, that's long. That's a long period of time, right? That's our workhorse. That's a long, steady flow. So it's been a long time that you folks have been having to worry about your money and the way that you're taxed. And with that 9 of Swords above the long period of time that they've been taking your money via these taxes, a lot of what is being told to you where your tax money is going is lies. So here you are worrying about how you're going to make it, and they're lying to you about what they're doing with your tax money, you guys. I think that's pretty typical probably across all of the states. But, so with that, what you always want to think of is getting people together and right now, like, fighting to, you know, do whatever you have to do to get where all of your tax money has been going over the years. Because with this Knight of Pentacles, that's a long time. That's a long period of time that they've been working to take your money and keep you up at night worrying about paying all of these taxes. And they're lying to you about where your tax money is going, okay? So right across from that, you do have the 2. So some of this is being put behind you. You're not moving forward just yet because the journey is still, like right now, there's some things that have been put behind you that you may not even know about yet. And the journey is in your hand, looking out at the world. You haven't moved forward yet. Things are being assessed. Okay, and what's being assessed? The system. Great change taking place within that system with that Hierophant. So there's things going on that you don't know about. They've been lying to you about what they've been doing with your money for years and years and years, probably forever. And robbing you and making you worry while they lie to you and they take your money. A good portion of this journey is put behind you, folks, but you're not able to move forward yet. This is being stilled, like you're at a place literally of limbo, because some of the journey has been put behind you, and there's assessing going on before you move forward, because there's some great change that's going on with that Hierophant within the system. So you're still going to face chaos around the taxes, because great change is going on within that system. Does that make sense? So some of this system has been already put behind you, though you may not realize that. And some of the system is not moving forward because things are being assessed. If things are being assessed, I would say probably they're being assessed about the lies about what's been going on within your state and your taxes. So this would be a good time for everybody to get together and really create a stink and do what you've got to do, you guys. Sign petitions, do whatever you have to do to maybe open up some investigations, scream, holler, make your voices known, and your voices heard, and create the action to have this system looked into for what it's doing with your lies. I think it's already happening, but I also think that you folks need to make your stand. So your pathway, the energy that moves this entire reading, you guys, is the devil. So the devil is that chain, those chains that bind. So you have had really shitty people working really hard to take your money, and it's bound you, right? And it keeps you worried. But right in between this long road of your money being taken and some things being put behind you and something new to happen that you haven't moved forward yet, there's a brand new journey with the Ace of Pentacles. And with that Ace of Pentacles, just above that new journey, that's something new coming in, you have that Six of Cups. And with the Six of Cups there on your pathway, that is a sharing and a caring. That is somebody older looking to share something that would help you feel better because your state is crumbling down around you because of these taxes. So like if you look at this Six, let me get it. If you look at this Six of Cups, you look at that, and that little boy is trying to help that little girl feel better because he cares. And their town around them is literally crumbling, like it's falling apart. So we're talking about California and your taxes. Basically, because of these taxes here, the Knight of Pentacles, your state is crumbling and falling apart, right? But in your pathway, you have something new coming in that's going to feel better. And it's going to feel better because your state is falling apart. And people want to help create a better place for California. So it looks like this is a good time for you folks to really raise your voices and complain. Ask for investigations because you've been lied to about where your tax money has been going. So whatever they're telling you, whatever the story is about your state taxes, there's a lot of lies there with that 9. And some things have been stilled already, so it does look as though these systems are being looked into. You're on hold right now. This new thing isn't going to happen because you're in a moment of limbo. You haven't moved forward yet. But this is a good time to raise your voices, you guys. Something new does want to move in, something that's better. Breaking these ties that bind, this Devil card, with the finances and with these journeys. So when you look at this Devil card that's leading the energy of your pathway to California around your taxes, it looks to me as though some of this nefarious business has been stilled, but also you're not moving forward yet because they're still in the process of breaking these chains that have bound you to these taxes. Is that making sense to you folks? So, you know, use your pens, sign petitions, get petitions going to get investigations going into where the money's been going. Get investigations going into the systems that have been taking your money. You know, maybe get some rallies going, get your signatures on things, call your representatives, tell them you're going to vote them out. Take it all the way to the White House with your complaints, like not just your representatives for California. Take it all the way to the White House, CC it all the way up, and, you know, say that you want investigations done. List all the places that your money is supposed to be going. Raise some hell with this, you guys. All right, let's get more of a story here for you. Does look like something new wants to come in, literally because California is going to hell. And like if you look at these little kids in this Six of Cups, the card at the top of your pathway, you know, they're impoverished. Like they live in a place that's literally crumbling from impoverishment. And then you add to that, because you have that Knight of Pentacles going right up diagonally to it. And then you look at who's creating the impoverishment. Lies, right? Lies and the system has been creating the impoverishment. And it's all around the money and how they're lying about it and what the system's doing with it. But the system is being stilled here. Something new wants to come into the system. Okay, something new wants to come to you folks. Something new wants to create a better place for California. Something new wants to come between this long journey of taking the money, and something new wants to move forward once you can move forward. These chains need to be bound. So let's get a little bit more insight here. Now this is for California, but honestly, all of us, you need to, raise some hell. Make our voices heard. Get people together, create petitions, sign petitions, get a hold of your local representatives, take it all the way from local, all the way up to the White House. It's, this is all just bullshit, honestly. So let's get more story here. So hold on. All right, well, that's interesting. So as we get just a little bit more story around your taxes and them stealing from you, it's like, hold on, you guys. You've been through quite a time. Try to manage your assets with that 4. Really try to manage your assets and hold on to them as much as you can. Not an easy time, obviously, right? And then you have that Queen of Wands right there along with the Lovers. So something has been manifesting over a long period of time to hopefully, create a getting over the hump of the tightness with the money and getting over this hump within this system that causes this tightness with the money, right? And the Queen of Wands, she also is like manifesting over a long period of time, guys. So when we're talking about hold on, this queen has been manifesting for a long time. Apparently she's known about the way the taxes have been taken and the lies that have been said. So there is someone or something, or people, or a system, or whatever, that has been looking at this journey regarding you folks' money and the lies around your money for quite a long time. This has been being looked at, and something manifesting to help you get over this hump within this system where they take your money. Also with that 4, think about what they're doing with it. So it's not just about you hanging on to your assets. Think about how they have been holding on to your assets and the lies that they've been told. So again, more validation to, scream from the rooftops that you want investigations. Now, coming down from that, you do have there's a death happening there. And it seems as though with this death card lined up with the new something right on top of the new underneath and right above your devil card, it looks as though the problems within the taxes and the way that you're taxed should be viewable. Because when you get that death card, that means that all of the icky stuff is viewable. So there should be some proofs in the way that they've been taking your money and lying about it. You people, the people, should be able to start to see how they've been lying about what they've been doing with your money. Like, death creates a situation where it's like you can't help but see it. It's right in front of you. It has to bring it up so that you're looking at all the crap before something new gets birthed in. Do you know what I mean? So there's got to be things that you could, that are obvious when you're fighting against what they're doing to you in your state as far as these taxes. So start with the obvious and raise some hell about that, and know that whenever death shows up, it will give you the obvious, but then there's always something under the layer, that first layer of the obvious, that you'll be able to pull up and find more. Am I making sense to you? And the reason why death works that way is so that everybody's ready to birth something new. It shows you the ickiness. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you guys have been being lied to about your taxes for a long time. Something new does want to come in because California is literally going to hell. Something within the system of that state and the way that they take your taxes has been stilled. Great change is happening. You're not able to move forward. Something new does want to come in. Because California has literally been going to hell. This has been being looked at, whether you know it or not, for a long time. But, you know, you guys are going to have to hold on for a while longer. I think because you guys are going to have to, like, you know, make a stand. So let's just see if there's anything more that they want to say around your taxes. I'm going to pull all of these up so that we've got the full deck here. And get a little more story for you folks around your system, your state, how they've been lying to you about what they're doing with your money. It looks like they're taxing you because you've got to take that 4 as a personal message plus as a message within this system, right? So they've been holding on to your money and doing things with it that lined up with the lies that aren't listed for the reasons that they're taking it. And with that death card right there, these are things that should be able to be easily found. So, yeah, they're taking your money, holding it, and doing what they want with it, right? Not what they say they're doing with it. So let's take a little bit more of a look here and see what else the universe wants to say around California and your taxes. Let's get them cut and get anything more that they have to say. All right, can you guys see that? I'll move it up just a little bit more. All right, so what else are they saying about your taxes? What else do they want to say? What else are they saying? All right, so again, you've got that 4 of Pentacles, so hold on. Wish fulfillment's on its way. Some new information's coming. Things have been looked at for a long period of time with this Queen of Wands, manifesting over a long period of time around the money, okay? So some things have already been bound, and this is going to make you happy when you find out about it. Being overseen, the King of Pentacles, there's quite a lot of abundance there in California. But they've been binding your abundance. They've been binding your abundance. They've been binding things in the physical journey that would help to create abundance, where abundance, literally, like your money situation. So there's always that to look at too, right? So, again, hang on a little bit longer. Hang on. Wish fulfillment's coming. There's some new information that's going to be coming to you. Because this has been being, your money and the way it's been taken and the way it's been held has been being looked at for a long period of time. All right? So, across from our Queen of Wands, we do have that 8 of Swords. That represents a lot of things, you guys. So when we're looking at this 8 of Swords, which binds things, you've had information held back from you. You've also had some sort of technology that has something to do with the ability to create abundance there in California, held back from you. So that's interesting. But as we have this King of Pentacles right here, the King of Pentacles is very fair. So the King of Pentacles is overlooking the people that have been looking at this journey for a long time. And he's making up his mind how to handle it. he will also be the one in charge of unbinding, shaking loose the bandages that have been holding back the wish fulfillment. So new stuff is on the way for you folks. Things are going to change, but it does look as though you guys are going to need to fight for it. There are people that have the ability to bring in new, new technology, new information, a new way in the way that your money has been being taken from you that would create some wish fulfillment. And it's been being looked at for a long time. But again, this 8 is limbo. So your wish fulfillment can come true as soon as the bandages are shaken off of this 8 of Swords here. But it is being looked at, you guys, and it has been being looked at for a long time, and they've said that now twice. But you guys are going to have to make your stand. New things are coming your way. Let's see if there's just anything more on the top of that. Oh, that was a really bad shuffle. One more. Magician. A lot of illusion that you're going through right now. Okay. So they're ending this. They're telling you how it is, right? How it's been, how it is. And kind of where you're at right now. But they're also ending this with the Magician saying, what you're going through right now is an illusion. A lot of show right now. Something new has begun with that Magician, with that one. California, we're talking about California. We're talking about California taxes. And obviously the California people and the state of California, the system there. Lots new coming in with that one, with that Magician, okay? So remember, new beginnings, and they've given you a new beginning with each card lay. So first you get that new beginning with that Ace of Pentacles in your pathway, and then in this next layout you've got that Ace of Swords, and then they started this layout with the Magician, which is a 1, which is a new beginning. So a lot of what you're seeing is an illusion. So in other words, it's probably going to look even worse. It's going to look worse because you're undergoing a bit of a show right now. Coming down from your Magician, you do have that 4 of Rods, and that is celebrations, people that have come together, created sort of a merge or a marriage to make something better happen. Now, why is it a good thing? Well, you've got the Magician, you've got the Rods, and then you've got the Temperance, and then you've got Death there again. So it looks to me like you're living through a lot of illusion right now because people are working together to bring upon the death of the old way of things being done and to show you exactly how shitty it is. So get involved, because if people are creating an illusion because they want you folks to see, the louder you scream, the more they'll know that you do see, so that things can be transformed with that Temperance. Because the Death card always has to make it known. You have to see the death. You have to see why it's dying. You have to understand the ickiness behind that and why it needs to be moved away so that something new can come in. That, that Death card is all about balance. It's 13. It breaks down to balance. And you have the 4 there. So you've got 2 balance cards right there beside each other, right? So you're terribly imbalanced as far as your taxes go there, and the way that they're taking the money there and what they're doing with it and how they're lying to you about it. So a lot of balance needs to come in, and that Death, because balance needs to come in, Death needs to show you why before things can be transformed. And believe it or not, Temperance transforms things over a long period of time, right? And then she's lined right up with the Magician. So you've been going through a bit of an illusion there you have to live through it, so it's like a reality, but it's like being put on for you for a long period of time so that transformation can actually come through you people realizing how screwed up that system is and why it needs to die. Is this making sense to you? So again, use your voices, get out there, make yourselves be loud and proud about fighting for what happens with the money that's taken from you. But there's some interesting things that you'll find out probably about how abundant your state actually is and how they've been holding that back from you. So like, they're probably always screaming they need more money, need more money, need more money, and California is probably quite abundant, and they're probably telling you, by looking at those cards, they're probably telling you how destitute California actually is, and this is why they need to tax the shit out of you, when in fact they're lying, and it's actually quite abundant, and they're just taking your money and doing whatever they want with it. It's ridiculous. The way these people have just I won't get on to a bitching session. We're just reading the cards here. But let me give it another shuffle and find out if I've delivered the message to you guys pretty good so far. So let's see if I've done a pretty good job in getting the message to you folks so far. Please and thank you. I did a good job getting the message to you. So let me get a drink of my coffee. Alright, you guys, so bitch, bitch, bitch. And don't just bitch, like, don't just sit on the couch, like, actually create the action. Years ago, when 2020 rolled in and everything started to become really chaotic, across the states here in the United States, people started coming together. Like here we have Maine Stands Up, and I think that branches out to all the states, but we've got a ton of stuff going on here in Maine. Groups getting together, fighting against the machine, basically. And I bet that you folks do there in California too. So start looking to get involved with these groups that you guys have. And like I said, it starts with local action. Start with your local representatives, move your way up, get everyone within that state, move your way up to all the way up to the president with the issues that you have there in California, where how your money is being taken. Demand that it gets looked into. Make your voices heard. Do whatever you can. Get petitions signed. Do whatever you can, you guys. So I got the message to you. I delivered the message to you fine. And I'm going to ask if there's anything else that they want to say as we close out this reading, you guys. So let's see. Anything else that you would like to say, please and thank you, regarding California and these ridiculous taxes and how they've been being lied to about where their money is going, how it's being spent. But also remember, you get some good news in there. It's just that you're not living through it. You're being stilled. You're going through the death, and you're going through the death of like having to see all of this crap before something new can come in. I really believe that this is a time where people have to really start taking action and not just waiting for somebody else to come in and do things for us, but making our voices heard so that we're screaming for people to come in and do the investigations and whatnot. So let's see what else they have to say to you before we close this reading out. New things on the way. Well, look at this. Alright, so as your vision of hope, they're leaving you with this. You have that Ace of Wands, you guys, so that's something brand new coming in to be grounded into your physical journey. And we've been talking about how the state of California has been screwing you guys. So something new coming into your state to be grounded into your state, as they alluded to in the other readings, right? Something brand new. You keep getting these aces, you guys, so that's good. And then something brand new coming in that will create that wish fulfillment and end a cycle. Okay, right, straight down from that. Now, something new coming in to break those chains that bind, right? Which also, you know, will help to bring in balance, right? Deals have already been made. So you've got something new in your physical journey there in California that's quite literally physical that will happen, that's going to break these chains that bind as far as the taxes go. The deals have been kind of already done to create some balance. People have come together and worked on bringing this something new that's going to be a more balanced way of being, that helps to bring some wish fulfillment and end the way the cycle had been going so far. This is going to feel good because they're giving you cups. So it's something that's going to feel very good when it comes in. So not, you know, they're not ending with the pentacles. They've already told you things are going to be happening there. But they're assuring you that when the new things come in, it's going to feel good. So it's going to be a plenty enough journey, plenty enough, abundant enough journey so that it's going to create good feelings. Is that making sense to you? So like it's going to create happy feelings. And it's going to be very, very much grounded into the physical way that things are done there. All right, so that's a good thing. And it's like it's already been done. The deals were made because they line up with the new thing. The chains are broken because they line up with the new thing. And the wish fulfillment that ends the cycle covers them all, right? So, and remember, you got the Magician, which says you're undergoing a lot of illusion, like trickery right now. So not everything that you see is real. Let's see. Then we're going to end this. So I think they've given you a pretty good... Yeah, again, that Magician, new things coming. You're going through an illusion there as far as everything goes. Things are ending. And there's going to be a hyper focus on the money. They're all right. So you've got that Magician again, right? So again, more illusion, new things, but more illusion and trickery. New things coming in for that money, which is that Ace of Pentacles again. New things and new things. Something new has already begun within this financial system, how they do things in California with your money, okay? There's going to be a lot revealed. Secrets are coming out. People are already yammering about it. So I would be interested to know if you've already got investigations going, or if people are already starting to get together and create the noise to break these ties that bind, which you can't see anymore, but it's underneath. And if more people are getting involved because you've been made so uncomfortable with the way they've been taking all of your money with this moon, know that that moon ends things and reveals secrets so that these new things can come in. And know that with this Page of Wands here, right at the end, covering everything, there's going to be a hyper focus on your money, and it's already being hyper focused on, but a hyper focus on your money and how they're taking it, a hyper focus on the people raising the stink, okay? So get involved in raising the stink. And the hyper focus on the tricks, okay? The tricks and the manipulation that's been going on there in California. So get involved, but it does look like it's already being looked at and has been being looked at for quite some time. Have I delivered everything that they need to hear around California, so they know that something new is brewing? It's been being looked at for a long time. There's probably already groups and getting the noise going. There are new things coming. It's just that you're kind of being stilled right now. You're under the illusion. Where your money has been going has been, you've been being lied to about where this tax money is going. You're unable to move forward in this new journey just yet because things have to play out. Death has to show its ugly hand, right? What else was said? You guys can rewind back and relook. But new stuff is coming, and a lot of what you're going through is an illusion. But get involved, make the noise so that this can come to an end. So the cards haven't been laid. Is that really all that they need to hear around that? Have we delivered that message in full to the best of our ability for what they really need to hear and know right now? Please and thank you. Yes. So we've delivered the message. Secondary, they gave us that Hierophant. So we delivered the message about the systems, your state, and your tax systems, and the things that are going on very well. Know that you're undergoing great change. You've been living through this illusion. But get out there and raise some hell and make some noise. And, be part of what helps to usher in that brand new way of being that will create happy feelings for everybody once things really get rolling there. All right, you guys, so I'm 40-something minutes in. So with all of that being said, let's see, what do they want to end us? What do we want to end with? I have other questions that people have asked me to look into. I've got to look at them. But I obviously can't do it today. I'm already 42 minutes and counting in. So, and I would take this message to California about the states. Like, I'm listening to this message and I'm thinking the same damn thing needs to be done here, right? So even though I'm not in California, and even though not all of you are in California, and not all of you are even in this country, when you hear this message, think to yourself, we need to make some noise. Whether no matter what country you're in, no matter what state you're in, if you're unhappy with the way things are going, the way they're taking your money via taxes, know that this is probably for all of us, because when you get into the healing modalities, what you understand is with every message you deliver, there's something in it for you, okay? So, and for whatever message that you're hearing, right? Let's say you go to the chiropractor with your friend, and your chiropractor's giving your friend a good message. Know that there's something in it for you. So as I read this for California, know there's something in it for all of us, no matter what country or what state you're living in. So, in other words, we all need to make some noise, because we've all been being lied to, because they've been stealing all of our money and lying to us about it, and telling us how poverty-stricken our states or our countries are, and why they need more and more of our money, when in fact they're lying. They've been holding on to our money and using it however they want. We need to make some noise. Things need to be seen so they can, and new things are happening. Take the message and then roll with it for yourself in your state. Make more noise about it. You know what I'm saying, you guys? So it doesn't matter where you're from. Know that there's something for you in that message. Whatever country or whatever state you live in, make the noise. Do what you need to do to get the ball rolling, to make the changes. All right, so with all of that being said, and we've read the messages pretty well, and we got the message through, let's take a look at what they want to leave us all with, the world over. What card do they want to leave us all with, the world over, for advice, insight, clarity, or maybe just, who knows? Who knows? Let's see what they leave us with. Walk away from that shit that doesn't serve you. All right, so there's always 2 messages in this card. Sometimes more, depending on what we're seeking for information. But we have the 8, okay? So 8 is always infinity, that's faith. So always keep the faith. With this 8 of Cups, that's all about your feelings, right? It's also about intuition because you've got the moon shining down on this guy. It's about passion, courage, and vitality. All right. With the 8 of Cups, you guys, he's walking away from what doesn't serve him. The things that just don't serve him anymore. I have to get another drink. Hold on. Oh my goodness. All right, so he's walking away, and he's doing it with courage and passion because he's got on the red. He's found his courage and passion because he's well grounded, but he's also listening very closely to his intuition. And he's letting his intuition guide him away from the things that don't serve him, that make him not feel good, right? So walk away from the things that don't serve you. If it's not making you feel good, walk away from it. Tap in, use your intuition, stay brave, have courage, do what you need to do. But stay in tune with that intuition so that as you move through your life, doing what you have to do, you feel very good about it. You have the courage and the passion and the strength to carry it out. Because you're so tapped into your higher power that nothing makes you afraid. Okay? So that's our personal message. And then we can take this world stage. Know that there's been traps set. Traps set and walked away from. Because I asked about the world. So on the world stage, there were traps set and walked away from. And then for us all personally, walk away from that which doesn't serve you. Stay tapped in, use your intuition, be brave, have your courage, use your strength, and know that you'll get through this. Okay? So because they're leaving us with that, I'm just going to pull a couple more cards to see what else the message is, right? Because our personal message and then the world stage is traps was set the world over and walked away from. So then we have the Chariot moving forward, victories, wins, celebrations. And then that Page of Swords ends it with the new warriors, more people coming into alignment with picking up their swords, their crown chakras waking up, getting in tune with the higher power, becoming little warriors, joining the cause, walking away from the things that don't serve them. Yeah, moving forward, things are looking good, you guys. Victories, battles won. So, trap set, walked away from, moving forward, battles won, more people coming to the front and joining the cause. So lots of good stuff there in our future for what they want to say. We're living through quite a time. We're living through quite a time, you guys. Traps were set, walked away from, we moved forward, we won the battles, and we've got new warriors that have joined. So, like, winning. winning, you guys. One more card, and we're ending it here. One more card. Because it just feels like one more card needs to be drawn. So let's see. One more card. Queen of Pentacles. Stay focused. Stay focused. The Queen of Pentacles focuses on the earth. She focuses on the things that she needs to do within her earthly pleasures realm, right? So she focuses on her home, she focuses on her family, she focuses on her work, she focuses on her gardens, she focuses on the things that mean something to her. So as we leave this reading off, stay focused on the things that mean something to you, because apparently we're winning. We're winning. So stay focused on the things that mean something to you, and also stay focused on the fight, the battle, right? So get, again, with those pens and those papers, and, you know, join in people, sharing information, writing letters to your representatives, emails, getting a stink going so you can stay focused on the way that your money has been being stolen and used, but also stay focused on the things that matter to you. Walk away from the things that don't serve you anymore. Know that traps were set and walked away from, and then that forward motion in a big way with that chariot, because that is universal. That's big picture. It's much bigger than your day-to-day. Traps were set, walked away from. Universally, things moved forward to win battles and engage new warriors and people waking up and using their information, their minds, their swords in ways that are celebratory as we move forward, right? So just lots of wins there, you guys. And then just stay focused. Stay focused on what matters, and stay focused on doing your part as these young warriors to help keep getting these wins. All right, you guys, I love you all. I hope that you found some value in that reading. Again, it's just what I'm getting. Take from it what you will, what resonates. Toss whatever doesn't. That's how we get in the habit of using our intuition more and more and more. And like I said, the last reading, I think, or the reading before that, you know, it doesn't matter whether you see this. It doesn't matter how you take it, because the journey is yours, you know what I mean? And there's no right or wrong way to take it. So you can look at this and you can go, shit, they're putting us through this friggin' illusion and we're having to live through this bullshit, and you can get angry and you can take it sort of that negative way. But that's that way for you to take it, because that's how you're doing it in the journey. So is that what moves you to do something through the anger? Because if you're getting angry, anger is not a bad thing. It's how we use it. It's what we do with it. Anger is supposed to incite you to move, to make change. It alerts you that something's not right, and then it incites you to move, right? So if it pisses you off that you're having to live through an illusion, which you're literally physically having to endure, then let that move you forward to fight and make the change. If it makes you happy that there are people that are already looking at this, that understand the problems that are happening, if that makes you happy, use that joy to move you to help them get this movement going more by using your abilities to create the change. Am I making sense to you folks? So I hope that made sense. But we have to take part in our own life. We can't wait to be saved. We really need to take part in saving ourselves. Even though there are people working to do work for us on our behalf, we have to be part of this, right? We just can't sit on our haunches and do nothing. So anyway, I hope that you found some value in that. Like I said, it's just what I'm getting. I'm not going to read anything more. I do have more readings. I will do them this week. I do have more questions that have been asked. I will do them this week. Yeah, I think we should all heed that message and move forward, continuing to fight. Like I said, this morning I just found out the Democrats here in Maine voted. This is kind of ridiculous, you guys. The Democrats here in Maine voted for the taxpayers to foot their babysitting bills so that they can campaign. Now, don't you think that's meant to get people pissed so that they start fighting against these assholes? Because I think that's part of it. And then the Democrats also voted to increase our electricity costs again. And I mean, you know, so we're supposed to get pissed. We're supposed to fight moving forward. You saw that young warrior. They need us to. They need us to. So that we're wanting the change. Nothing of value. Nobody values anything if they don't work for it themselves, right? We've all seen that spoiled kid that gets everything handed to them their whole lives and they take care of nothing because they don't hold value for it. But then you see the people that work their asses off and they take very good care of every little thing they've got because they know the value in it. It's important to them. It's a value because they had to work to receive it. It's the same now. We all have to be involved and value our freedom and our rights and our sovereignty. We want to move forward and work for it and fight for it, because if we don't, then we won't value it and we'll lose it again. We'll just allow it to be taken again. And we have to value it enough to want to hold on to it and take care of it. All right, you guys, I love you all. Have a very blessed day, and I will see you very soon. Okay, take care. Bye.